what's important is that Mandela has experienced what every black South African experiences in this country. He's lived in a shack, tin roofed home here. He arrived in 1941 actually, and at the time not a politically active young man. I think he was 23 when he got, so still a youngster. And then he found that Alex had very militant activists who got things happening. Even during the bus boycott in 1943, he was a participant, but from the back. There were other people like Paul Musaka,
like resistance.
Yeah. J.B. Marx, Khadebe, and others who led the bus boycotts. The bus company wanted to increase fares, and the people in the community said we can't afford them because they're too expensive as is. They organized a march of over 10,000 people. Mandela participated in that
That
march.
was here
It
in
was
Alexander.
in Alex, yes.
Oh, okay.
This whole story is about Alex. So his actual activism, if you may put it that way, was in a sense, its foundation comes from Alex. Alex has got a very deep history of political activism. There are political stalwarts that come from this area. We can mention Alfred Nzo, John Tlantla, even the wife of the former president, Mezanele Mbeki, comes from Alex. Hugh Masekela also has got some roots here. So, whilst Alex has been a place that welcomed everybody from wherever, it was also a university, political university for many people because of the level of political activism that took place in Alex. So it's quite refreshing, for young people to know that the struggles they face today.
It originated
here. Okay. Even Mandela, the world icon, respected by so many people all over the world. He's experienced the hardships that ordinary black people still experience to this day. So it is a great honor for me to have brought you here. And
honored to be here.
And thank you for taking interest in our history, where we come from. When you asked to walk through Alex, I thought we can ride through Alex.
Yeah, even better.
So one of the stops we are doing for this shoot is the Mandela Yard. We will proceed now and go to Vincent Shabalala, a heritage site, or where we put up a statue in honor of a young man called Vincent Shabalala. I'll explain to you later about him. But he would have been a youngster that read and learned about Mandela's struggle, which made him also a struggle hero. And you will hear more of it later as we continue our journey. Thank you.
Keep forgetting the E-flat, keep forgetting the fire. Don't forget we on defense, don't forget to subscribe. Still stuck on my A's, trying to get to my Z's. Yeah, I'm trying to survive. Still stuck in my ways, all these people are please. Keep ignoring the advice. Keep forgetting the E-flat, keep forgetting the vibe.
Kota is bread that it's like a bunny chow, but it's got chips. Polony, you can put anything you want. So if you're brave, it can be this big. But if you're not brave, you can have
small one.
Okay. A very popular charcoal food that we eat in Alex. Very cost effective, not expensive. Called kota.
Kota.
Kota, yes. Yes. So next time you get lost around here,
Yeah, I just look.
feel hungry, come here and say kota. Yeah, you don't say
And then
it's
I'll
not
come to
kota,
you.
it's kota.
Kota.
Ko.
Kota.
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 Yeah.
Kota.
Yeah. Two.
Yeah, I would love to have the cheese.
Oh, you want the cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, here's two.
Okay.
And then 3. So this is called 11th Avenue. The road here going up is called John Tlanta. John Tlanta was an activist as well, a member of the ANC. Also was in exile. He died a few years ago. We renamed this road in his honor. It used to be called John Brand.
Oh,
So I think John Brand must have been Dutch as well, isn't it?
yeah, or German.
Or German.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be both. Better rename it.
He was he was also an oppressor, yeah. So we changed it to John Tlanta. We had an event on the road here. There was a red carpet.
Oh wow!
It was beautiful.
For what?
Yeah.
To honor him.
To honor him, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually, he arrived for the event and he was on a wheelchair. He had suffered a stroke.
So at least he knew that he was being honored.
You know the moment I will never forget when they brought him in, he then saluted the people and he was shaking from the stroke. I cried.
Ah, yes.
I cried like a baby.
Yeah,
you know,
sure. It's so emotional.
You know, it's shaking like this, and you know when you think about our history and where we come from.
Yeah, and that
And
he used
yes,
to be a
this guy
hero.
that has given his life. In fact, you look at him and say he's probably in his condition because of his work in the struggle. So to reach that moment where he's still alive, and you can say, in recognition of your dedication, commitment to our struggle, we've renamed this street after you. I mean,
Wow.
we will never know what he felt because he couldn't talk,
Yeah, but he must.
but he was
sure,
present, you know.
Surely he must have felt
and
it.
when he saluted, nobody told him to salute. So it means he had a connection with the people who were there. So it was a moving event,
Yeah.
very moving. You know. So and it was important because we did it when he was still alive. You know, often we wait for these struggle heroes or heroes of society. You know, sometimes you don't have to be a politician to be a hero. You can simply be somebody that cares for other people that can make you a hero. So yeah, it was special to rename this road after him. So we are at John Tlanta and 11th Avenue. The business is called Mbopha's Quarters. So it's special to be here. In fact, Mbopha, I call him a brother of mine. He was a very close brother. Koto also knows him very, very well. So, yeah, thank you for visiting Alex and sharing our special meal called Kota, as I said.
Yeah. I'm
And
curious.
I hope that the ride is better than the walk.
It's definitely good. I like it a lot. Thank you.
It's actually wonderful.
Yeah.
You saw how people are welcoming.
Yeah, very friendly.
I mean, how they were greeting you. They've been greeting you everywhere. So you are a superstar here. So we're really grateful that you could be brave to come here. Many white South Africans they don't have the experience of sitting like you are sitting and really being part of a community that is part of their country. You know, so the sooner we all understand the importance of working together to build this great country, the better. And you can only understand and learn other people by spending time in their community.
Absolutely, that's what I believe in. You know, if you're just sitting in your own bubble, you know, you never get to know other people. Get the experience with other people. That's the good thing about, you know, traveling and being able to travel all over the world, because everywhere you go, people have their own culture, traditions, and it's very. I think it's very. It opens your own mind, you know, if you can be part of that experience.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
And I don't believe in, you know, racial things like one person is more or less or whatever, but it's only about if you're a good person or not, you know, and not.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I know that a lot of people are seeing that differently.
Well, I mean, your experience in Alex today, the way people warmed up to you, the way they were greeting, it shows that at the end, human beings just.
We're all humans.
Human beings.
We are all human beings. You know, that's what we are.
Yeah. So what we are going to eat now, as I said, is part of the things we do, the food we eat in Alex. It's part of our culture. Culture here, I refer to culture as a people's way of life.
Yeah.
You know, culture is not beating drums or dancing around the fire.
No.
Blowing a horn of a dead animal. Culture is about how people live at any given time. So what you are experiencing today, you are experiencing our culture.
Yeah.
And you will hear different languages spoken here. As a marketing person, I think understanding languages and cultures of people is very important, because marketers must actually spend more time in the market, because this is the market. You can't be a marketer if you don't spend time in the market.
No, if you're just in your office, you don't know what's happening.
Absolutely, your office is not the market. The market is here. So, marketing people must come to the market, get to understand how people live, what languages they speak, what are their cultures, so that the images they build or they create in their advertising must resonate and connect with the cultures of the people they want to speak to. If we look at advertising in this country, it's really Western driven.
Very.
And it speaks above the heads of most people.
Yeah.
We are bombarded with the English language in our advertising. Even where they try to bring in some local languages, it's language that is bastardized. It's not proper language. And my view is that if you want to send a message in Setswana, you must ensure that the concept is in Setswana, the idea is in Setswana, so that the people the message is targeted at can understand it better.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, you come from the Netherlands.
Yes.
I've checked your profile. You went to school in Amsterdam.
Yes, to the university.
Yeah. So, I mean, what messaging is in your advertising? Is it English or it's mainly Dutch?
On national TV, it's mainly in Dutch.
Okay.
But there's also a lot of combinations. So people use a lot of English words in ads.
Okay.
Because I think English is a way better language, because Dutch is not a rich language.
Okay.
It's kind of ugly.
Okay.
So some companies are using English. English as well.
Okay.
But most of the ads are still in Dutch. But the good thing about, especially I think in the Netherlands, that from a young age, children learn English. the main language is Dutch, but they are being told, well, they study English from a young age, and we don't have subtitles, not the Dutch we use, but the subtitles. So even for the kids, they learn English easily.
Okay. Now, when you communicate with your children, you communicate in English?
No, in Dutch.
So why don't you communicate in English?
Because it is our first language. It's my mother language.
You mean Dutch?
Dutch, yeah.
was a student at my farm. And then he left to join the ANC in the 80s. He came back and then he was cornered by the security police. The apartheid, during those apartheid years. And then there was a butchery somewhere here. And then as they were closing in, he went into that butchery. He had his rifle, his AK. He fought back, and then he was killed. Some think he took the grenade and blew himself up. Something, but whatever happened, he was murdered by the security police at the time. So in 2004, we started an education trust to sponsor matrics to be able to go to university. To date, we have 525 young people who've gone through the Vincent Shabalala program. Tomorrow, we will be awarding more learners from Alex. The learners from Alex did exceptionally well in the 2021 exams. About 1,173 set for their exams. 839 passed. There were close to 400 bachelor's passes, over 300 diploma, and over 200 certificates. And then all of them obtained 155 distinctions.
Wow.
And some people might say, no, these distinctions might be in subjects that do not matter. The reality is there were distinctions in mathematics, distinctions in physical science. So we think there'll be a group of them who are going to go to university and study the well sought after degrees. I mean, in the group that we currently have, we've got actuaries, we've got engineers, we've got doctors, we've got CAs, we've got teachers. I mean, it's very, very exciting. If most of us can do that for the communities from which we come, we are likely going to build a better society. But if we approach life in a very individualistic way and care more about you and your well-being and not care about the person next to you, your neighbor, a community member, then we are not going to have a safe country. So it is my belief that the way we can save this country is by taking as many young people to university, TVET colleges, and other colleges for them to get education. We need good teachers. Yes. So it doesn't mean that we just need engineers, because good teachers produce great students. Yeah. So we hope a lot of them also look at teaching as a career to follow, and then they can come back and educate this community. So we are committed to uplifting this community so that it looks like Amsterdam. Amsterdam is clean, it's spotless, everything works. Yeah. When I visited Amsterdam, never saw a piece of paper. The traffic lights work.
They work.
You know, so.
But the good thing about here, people are way more friendly. On average, yes.
Okay.
So.
I'm happy to hear.
And the Dutch, I think, we're very selfish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a generalization, but in a way, that's why I love South Africa.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you for showing me how to ride a bicycle like you do. In Amsterdam, you can see how I'm sweating, and you look like you've done nothing. It shows that you come from a country where cycling is a normal thing.
It's a normal thing. And I think it could be an opportunity here as well for a lot of young people.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Our former mayor tried to build a bicycle lane from Alex into Sandton. Yeah. And it was a great project. And then the next mayor came into being from the DA.
Yeah.
They stopped it. They reversed it. They said people don't want bicycles
Yeah, but
And I mean, bicycles
a
is
good way of-
mobility.
yeah,
It gives people exercise.
it's kind of, it doesn't cost much. If you're,
It doesn't cost much, you know.
so we can start a project for that.
Yeah, well, there's a DMA again,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
so
Let's wait for
maybe
the
they might
next
not
one.
like it. Well, we can try
Yeah,
them.
we can always try.
You know, maybe we get good people from Amsterdam
Yeah.
to share with us the technology of
Yeah.
making bicycles, and then we
Absolutely.
can make bicycles for all
Yeah.
these children.
Yeah.
You know, so that they can walk short. I mean, they can ride to home and back to school.
Yeah.
You know, at the moment they walk long distances. They have to get into taxis. Some of them, I mean, financial resources are not good. So if we can start bicycling
Yes.
activity, it would
Yeah,
be
we
great.
can definitely think about a nice project.
Wonderful. I'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. You showed me your neighborhood. It was really, you know, I was really excited to see it, and you know, the friendliness of all the people, the warm welcome, the history you told me about, the great experience. I think it should be something for tourists, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
We can set it up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.